Hello everyone and welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. It's the end of June. Hard to believe that half the year has already whizzed by. Tomorrow, the big day, the launch of As Ever Rosé. And according to Neil Sean, we're going to get some ambush marketing. Not a word he used, but it's a word I'm going to use in this context, because apparently we're going to see pictures of people at Wimbledon and Buckingham Palace brandishing their bottle of As Ever Rosé, sort of riding on the coattails of these big events. Wimbledon, of course, all about the strawberry and cream and the champagne, and it's a particular brand of champagne that is sold there. Buckingham Palace just opening for the summer for tours. They have their cafe there, the gardens of Buckingham Palace. It's big refurbishment, finished apparently, I'm not quite sure about that, but anyway, it's open to the public, and allegedly, according to Neil Sean, the disruptors, the new team that Harry and Meghan have hired, are planning to stage these sort of stunts, rather tacky, in fact incredibly tacky, and possibly even straying over lines, boundaries, legalities that shouldn't be strayed over, but whatever stopped Harry and Meghan before was doing things like that. Cough, cough, line of succession, cough, cough, all of that. I still have the Housewives Tarot on the tarot table for this one. We're going to have a look at this. I want to know about this team. Neil Sean says they'll do anything. Whatever Meghan tells them to do, they will do. They don't care. They're basically in it for the money, and so what? And so we're going to ask about that. Then we're going to ask about Wimbledon plans. What plans are there and how will they go? And same thing for Buckingham Palace plans that Meghan and her team might have in place to ambush, to grab some attention from people who should be in the limelight, and you know, the constant thorn in the side of the royal family. Need to look at that again. It's down in the notebook of things to do. And anyway, I need to remind you about the fact that this is just tarot and it's for fun and entertainment. I need to shuffle one more time. And it is all speculation. It's all my opinion. I just read energy here, and disclaimer in the box below. I was hoping for a flying card. I didn't get one, but I think I've got the right energy in these cards. We shall see. So, the big launch and possibly sightings of this rubbish wine. It sounds like it's a rubbish wine in at Wimbledon on Centre Court and Buckingham Palace. Can you imagine? So, there we are. Rather lopsided. Knight of Wands. That could be ambush marketing, the Knight of Wands, because it's very flash in the panny, it's very sudden, it's very dramatic, very theatrical. Knight of Wands has that energy of not necessarily playing by the rules, not necessarily the most decorous person, a bit vulgar, a bit trashy, in it for the drama, for the attention, for the fun. And it's also overseas energy, so traveling. So that wine, I think, has been on a private jet from Montecito or wherever, as ever, to the UK for these big moments in the English summer. And so there it is. Maybe even the has-been was forced to take some bottles with him on this delicate mission over to the UK. It's rather amusing energy because it's very Harry, this card, the Knight of Wands, for me as an energy reader. The hot-headed, red-headed prince who can do stupid things, stunts, and just about pull them off. Just about. So, there you have it. Trashy energy, in my opinion. Heart of the reading, what's going on. And we get the Hanged Man. Again, interesting. We had the same energy in the previous reading. Also looking at the wine launch, the rosé launch tomorrow, as I'm doing this, will be the 1st of July. It's somebody who's out of circulation, who's struggling, who doesn't have their own agency, doesn't have any power, feeling quite sorry for themselves, and is also a bit deluded. Hanged Man, it takes a while in that energy to actually get a different perspective and to start to see things clearly. Madame, the Queen of Delusion, sending the old Knight of Wands off over to the UK. I don't mean literally, although who knows at this point. Do you think the has-beens going to show up at Wimbledon? Or Buckingham Palace with a bottle of As Ever Rosé, brandishing a bottle of As Ever Rosé because she made him go and do it, because she can't. Hanged Man, she's stuck in Montecito. She dare not tread those giant feet, dare not ever set foot in the UK again, allegedly. Let's have a look at the team, the Disruptors, as they are called by Neil Sean every day on YouTube. Tell us about them just generally, the energy, the vibe. What do we need to know about them? Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is the card of fear, stuckness, trapped, being trapped, falling into a trap of your own making, a mindset that needs to change. I'm getting with that Eight of Swords that they are the ones who she's hoping, this female figure who's stuck there in that Eight of Swords, that they are the ones who are going to liberate her. Somehow they're going to free her from the mess she has got herself into. Eight of Swords, a very Eight of Swords energy. She's hoping that. I'm asking in the next card what their relationship is with her, because according to Neil Sean, Mr. Allegedly, they will do anything she says. So it doesn't matter if it's a good idea or a terrible idea, like ambush marketing, my expression at Wimbledon or Buckingham Palace. They will just do it, collect the paycheck, and it's done. But their energy is her being stuck, they being the ones who are supposed to liberate her. But the card is upright, which is not being liberated. So let's ask about their relationship with her, this sort of employment status or whatever's going on. We've got the Five of Wands, and it's in reverse. It's exactly what Neil Sean described. My goodness. Five of Wands is about conflict, and it's about competition and aggressive kind of testing of energy, competing, but in quite an ugly way, rivalry, playing dirty. In reverse, you can just give up and say, roll over and die, and say, okay, you win, I'll do whatever you tell me, you know best, you're the winner, I give up. And it's kind of a hands up energy of I surrender and you win and I just do what you tell me to do. Interesting energy. It's not very lucrative, profitable energy. It's not very convincing energy. It's not very creative energy either. It's about conflict and who's dominant rather than who's best at what they do. That's my opinion, my energy reading, my tarot reading, and all of that I always say over and over again. Let's look at Wimbledon. The plan for Wimbledon. Is there any plan? Maybe there isn't a plan. Ooh, we have an ace. An ace of pentacles. Oh yes. Oh yes. I think the Wimbledon thing is live. And we're going to see it. Just started today. And a fresh start, a big new start, a big bold new start, all about the money, all about the winners. And I think that they're going large with this. They really want to focus on this. They really want to make it all about As Ever. And I think she's got a bit of an axe to grind, or a bit of a chip on her shoulder, Megan, with regard to Wimbledon, because of course the Princess of Wales is the patron of Wimbledon. And Megsy thought she could show off by saying, I can get you free tickets through my friend Serena. And Catherine said, well, don't worry, darling, I'm the patron. So I can sit wherever I like and do whatever I like. And you'll have to trot along behind me in those giant pants with my sister Pippa. Awkward moment. Oh, so awkward. I think that there is some grievance there that is still festering away. And how's it going to go at Wimbledon? Well, there's a surprise. And we have got the King of Swords and it's in reverse. They may well be stopped from doing this because this is security. This is going through those scanny things when you go in and, oh, really, what is that giant bottle of as ever that you are clutching in your handbag? And I don't think it's going to go very well. And if it goes, it's going to be viewed as, tacky isn't the right word. I'm getting almost illegal. A miscalculation. The King of Swords upright, very strategic, very wise, very shrewd, and very successful in whatever they're trying to do. In reverse, stupid idea, risky, is perceived as that, maybe being caught out, maybe failure, like a misfire, failure to launch because it's in reverse. So, how about the Buckingham Palace notion that Neil Sean has told us about, that someone's going to pose somewhere at Buckingham Palace? We've already seen the twerking video. Someone's going to do the same. Well, they're not going to twerk, hopefully, with the bottle of as ever. Oh my word, cringe. The plan. 2 of Pentacles. 2 of Pentacles is a juggling act. I'm getting a bit of a will they, won't they kind of a vibe. Maybe it's still being discussed, debated between Meghan and her team of how we're going to do this. Should we focus on this or should we focus on Wimbledon? This is the big winner here, the Ace of Pentacles at Wimbledon. This is more like, maybe not. And if we do try, it's not going to be that compelling compared with Wimbledon. If you can get the strawberries and cream and the bottle of as ever rosé, then you've done well. But Buckingham Palace, not that convinced. Not that convinced. And also got to be careful, especially if you think you're going to be invited to funerals and coronations and all of that. You can't go too far. So you've got to appease more than provoke with the 2 of Pentacles. That's how it's reading for me, my energy reading, my opinion. Tarot. Let's see how the Buckingham Palace stunt will go. Will it go? If it goes, how will it go? And we have the High Priestess. It's a silence card. Secret syrup. Quiet mystery. I'm thinking that they don't do it. If they do it, it gets hushed up somehow with that High Priestess card. Just a sliver of energy, a shiver of energy actually, I want to say, rather than sliver. Because this shiver of energy that comes through there is almost like an incantation, almost like a let me say spell. It's a strong word. It's reading as that for me energetically, and I try and avoid that word in these readings. I try and walk around or creep around that word. I'm getting it, secret syrup. I'm getting almost a kind of ceremony. If that as ever wine is placed somewhere, I'm getting that kind of vibe around it. Just saying, a shiver of energy. Not dominant energy, but one that gave me a little chill when I touched that card. So the bottle might not even be seen. It might just be placed. That is my opinion, of course, and it's only for fun and entertainment. And I just read energy and disclaimer in the box below. Do a big sweep, royal family. Do a big sweep of all those public and possibly even not so public areas. There you have it. That's the reading today. Sorry about the snoring in the background. And I'll see you again tomorrow.